Hi guys. Please let me know if you can hear me because my microphone's not showing. Anybody? Can you guys hear me? Barely. Well, I'm trying not to talk too loud because they may start barking. But let me pull up and see if I can increase the volume. All right. We'll work with what we have. So nice to see you all here tonight. Just a reminder, we still have rooms available for the retreat. If you're interested in pricing, email me. I can't turn it up any farther, Bri. Can you hear me now? Okay. I had to unclick something. Awesome. All right. So last week we did the new piggies. We blew them out. Blown out blooms. Colors are beautiful. They dried really well. And then, of course, we have our Tiny Tuesday mini. So these will be up for giveaway probably in 2 weeks. I don't have one for tonight because we took a Tuesday off, remember? But that's okay. We can think of something else, maybe. Gretchen, I did get your email. I found it in my spam folder today. Just to let you know I got it. All right, so tonight we're going to attempt another Denny Joe. Now, as you know, I did try a little trial piece because I already had stuff mixed up. But I want to mix it for you tonight and show you the consistencies. And we'll go from there. So, for your black base, I use the Artist Loft Soft Body Acrylic. And all we're going to add to that, I had one that was almost empty, so I cut it and scooped it out today. It's okay, Gretchen. At least I found it. So to this, we're just going to add Floetrol. And not very much, because you want this paint thicker than the white and gold. So I had about 2 cups of paint in there, and I added about 1 cup of Floetrol so far. I'm not going to add any water at all because we need that binder. Let me bring you down while I mix, and then we'll pop it back up for the pour. There we go. So it's still pretty thick. I'm going to add some more. So it may end up, I do brine because I don't use it as much now. If I was painting more, I'd have your thing on there. But sometimes I put one on if I'm mixing a lot of paint too, because I'm just going to throw it away. That way I don't have to clean. But I don't have one of the rubber ones yet. I mean, they're here. I could have grabbed one. Alright, so we're still pretty thick. I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm probably going to just top this off. So it's half and half. Half Floetrol, half paint. Because this container holds 4 cups. So nice to see all you guys tonight. Some of you I haven't seen in a bit. We're all so busy. At least I know I am. And my man's out of town, so it's making it a little difficult for me to get things done. Alright, so this is where I have it. It's so hard to get it with that glare. Let me see if I can turn that light for just a minute. Don't tip over. Alright, so you definitely want a mound on a mound. And you definitely want to see your trace for at least 4 seconds. So that's the thickness that you want. That's what makes the white stretch and gives you that ghost appearance. Alright, so now on the white. We're going to be using satin enamels from DecoArt. Okay. You don't need to mix up a lot of white because you're going to use very little for your painting. I am doing 2 tonight. I'm doing a 14 by 18 and an 11 by 14. So I'm going to pour this in here. Make sure I don't have any chunkies. So I'm going to do about 1.5 ounces. That's about 1.5 ounces. This is a 7-ounce cup. Can you guys tell how tired I am? I am so tired. Okay, and to that we're gonna just probably double it to start, but this one you want thinner. I need a different stick because these little sticks do not give you consistency results. I need a 6-inch. So we're about there. So back when we first started pouring paint, everybody wanted a thinner consistency. And then all of a sudden went to this super thick consistency. This is the original. This is where you want it. So on a drip test, I would say it would be a 3. Where this would probably be a 2. I don't have a acetate sheet out here to show you. Wait a minute, maybe I do. Let's do that. Just so I can show you the difference. And I already have gold mixed up. And it's the same consistency as the white. And you can use any gold. I would not use 24 karat though, because that might sell up on you. So this one is PBO, iridescent gold. Thank you, Rochelle. I appreciate you. Okay, so we'll do our little drip test. Just so you understand why that has to be so thick. Alright, so we're going to take a dollop. We want them all the same. Of course, our gold. Gold might be a little thick. We'll see. Alright. So there's our 3. I always count 3 or 4 seconds. We only move 2 spots, because normally I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. The white and the gold are almost the same. I think we'll be okay with the gold, because we're not going to use a lot of it. But that's where you want to be. This one definitely thinner. Set that over there, and I can peel it off when it dries. So now I put the flow trowel away. And let me put a pad down. It's going to be easier to change it out in between. I keep hearing clicking. I don't know where it's coming from. Any questions thus far? Yeah, drip tests can be a savior when you're doing a painting. If all your consistencies don't match up when you're pouring regular paintings, it could be a problem when you're stretching, because you'll get zigzags. Some people like the zigzags. I do not. All right. So if you watched Brian Sunday night, he did one of these, came out beautiful. So we're going to do one tonight. I was going to do an oval, but I don't want to copy Brian. Okay. Give me a sip. Let me get some gloves on. Oh my goodness. You're really packed tight in that one corner. It still look good, Bri. Hi, Maria. I do still have that paint. I'm waiting for an email from you. Alright, so we want a nice hefty puddle. And we'll probably add some to the corners to get it to stretch more. I am going to move it a little bit. I think I need more paint, because I don't think that's going to be enough. You can paint your sides first if you're more comfortable with making sure your edges get covered well. Artist Loft soft body paint works pretty well. Okay. I have to deal with some. I made him bark. It's just me. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate you. Okay. Let's try our white. I want to put this on super thin. Keep your paint in the center of the canvas, because you have to stretch, stretch, stretch to get the ghosting. And you can do little drops. If you watch Denny Jo, she just did one with a bloom, with blooms underneath. It came out amazing. Thank you, I appreciate you. I don't know your first name, I'm sorry. I'm just putting little drops here and there. And I can already see on the edges where it's ghosting, which is awesome. So we know that we're working already. Didn't like that drip. Okay. I don't want to do too much because then we can't stretch as far as I want to. Now you have a choice. You can run a marble through it, or you can leave it, or you can run your finger through it. But I am going to add some gold. I'm going to get it down so I don't get a bubble. Just adding a few dots here. My hands are not real steady today because I'm tired. I've been packing stuff for the retreat and dealing with puppers. Okay. Good to know, Kim. Thank you. All right, let's get this show on the road here. You can also place the gold inside of the white, which gives you kind of a cool effect. So on these drips, I'm going to do that. You can do 2, you can do 1, you can do 3. You can do a teardrop. That's probably going to be a bad thing. I need to fix that. Might come out looking like something else. If you guys haven't heard, Joanne lost her dad last night. So we want to be supportive. If she puts a video up, please go watch it. She hasn't had time to paint much. Taking care of her daddy. Alright, I think we're ready to stretch this out. I'm going to torch it just a little bit because there are some surface bubbles. And I think I'm going to add more black paint. Just to the edges. move that out because I want to make sure we go over those corners. Whew. Can't get over how tired I am all of a sudden. I need a vacation, for sure. All right, are we ready? Okay, here we go. Do you guys want me to put a marble through it? No? No? How about if I just skewer just a little bit instead of running a marble? We can just do a little bit. Okay. Let's do this. Because those little fanned out lines will make something cool. But we don't have to mess it all up with a marble. And there. All right, I think that's good enough. I want to do something there, but no, I'm not gonna. Okay, here we go. I go corner to corner. Oops, I better bring you guys up so you can see what I'm doing. Corner to corner. Stretch it as far as you can without going over. It's okay if a little bit goes over, but you don't want your design to go over. And I'm going to bring it this way. Stretch, stretch, stretch. The more you stretch, the more ghosting you get. Go to that next corner, our final spot. And I'm doing a massive full-on tilt because that black paint is so thick. Bring it back to the middle. It's running very slow now because we've got a lot of that black off. Okay. So I think I'm going to leave it right there. I think that will work. Yeah, I'm going to bring the stuff. We can do this at the retreat for sure. I'm going to take my gloves off because I can't find my paper towels. Oh, they're there. They're under a box. Let me move that. All right, so Betty, you have to stretch as much of that black paint off as you can. Because if you're left with a puddle in the middle, I'm not saying it will crack. But if you don't ghost out enough, that's the problem we're going to have, is the white crinkling. You can add GAC 800 or Liquitex pouring medium to either the black or the white. I don't know how much ghosting effect you'll get with the white if you put it in there, but I know it does work with the GAC 800 because I have tried it. Alright, let's see. I missed a comment. Oh, I see, it was Nate. Okay, Nate, I'll work you to the bone. Alright, let me touch up my edge here. I saw a spot. And I have one spot here where I didn't get coverage. And clean up my edges, and then we're going to try it on smaller canvas, just so I can show you the difference. Because it's fun to do it on a big canvas so you can stretch the crap out of it. And I mean literally stretch the crap out of it. So I'll show you when you do a small one. But we got some cool ghosting going on. There's not a lot of paint left on there. It's not really moving too much, so I think we might be okay. Like I said, if anything, the white will have a few crinkles in it. Move that way back there. It's kind of hurting your eyes. I don't know what that means. Okay. If you're going to use an electric mixer to mix your paints, mix them up the day before. Before you open your container, tap it really hard on the table to bring the bubbles to the top and slowly stir. This should pop the bubbles. Alright, let's do a small one. I'll bring it down again. Oh, the ghost effect didn't like your eyes? Alright. Let me get those edges while I have this pouring. Sometimes you don't want to tilt that far. So this way, it saves you having to go over with your white. Small canvas, so it's going to make a difference. Now you get to see the difference. So you can't do a big design like we just did. And that was small, but you can't do it that big on a small canvas. Because you have to stretch. Yes, I'm doing a tiny, Brian. This will be for a giveaway in a few weeks. Ugh, I hate when that blacks out. Alright, let's get some white down. That'll fix it. Alright, just a tiny bit on the stick. I was going to try to fill one of those little bottles, but I couldn't find my funnel. I have little funnels somewhere. I cleaned my studio too much, and I don't know where everything's at yet. They're in a drawer. And of course I'll find them tomorrow and say, oh, there they were. So another cool effect you can do, and I've seen Denny Jo do this, where she just takes her stick and just plops it, And she actually runs with it, and it makes a really cool look. So I'll take that off right there because I don't like the loops. Let's see, gold. Thank you, Shelly, for posting a link to her channel. She's been a great artist. She just started a YouTube channel. So if you can subscribe. Alright, let's see. Getting this gold to come out of these little bottles is not fun. But you don't want a big gob of gold either. It's just supposed to highlight the cloud. And then you can add some dots of that too. And I think I'll do a little line through that. Oops. I let go of my cap. We'll fix that. Alright. If you're going to get some, Bonnie, get them in bulk. They're much cheaper. I may have them in my Amazon shop. I think. Not positive. Okay, let's do some tilting. So I think I want to open it up first. And then I think I'm going to go in and just skewer a little bit, because I don't think I'm going to like it the way it is. It's too close together. I'm trying to connect my blacks together. Yeah, it needs just a tiny bit of skewering. Not a lot. We're just going to pull some edges out. I'm really liking the chopstick better than a skewer. I like the effect that those little lines give when it ghosts out. Alright. I think I'm happy with that. I got them on Temu. I'm a big Temu shopper now. Stuff is cheaper than AliExpress. And it comes in 2 weeks and you get to track your order, and it's free shipping. So things that I buy on Amazon for like $14.99 are like $2.98 on there. So I've been looking for stuff like the supplies that we use. You know, like the die cuts for the Sussex, they're like $2.98. They're not a brand name, but they still work the same. Alright, I'm stretching this out because I gotta get it to ghost. Oh, I kind of like that. Just a minute, I gotta see if I can get this one dot off. Actually, let me course it off there. And when your paint is thicker, your canvas is much slipperier. Alright, let me come down to this other corner. Oops. I think it is, Susan. I have never paid shipping, but then again, I don't place a tiny little order either. But I got a lot of dog supplies on there, and they have everything. Okay. Okay, let's see what we look like on this corner. I just want to see how much movement I have left in there. It's not a lot. Even with a hard tilt, it's not moving that much. The only thing I worry about is the white, is not getting it to crackle. So I dry them in the corner over there where there's no airflow and cross my fingers and hope they look good the next day. What do you think, guys? I thought this one was a lot different. I like how I spliced that, did that loopy thing. I mean, I could still, maybe I can still come this way a little bit. See if I can get a little more black paint off. Not much, though. My puppies are playing, finally. Alright. And then we'll go back this way. Alright. So I have found that the Artist Loft paint works great for the base and it's cheap. I have not tried it with Creative Inspirations Lamp Black. That will be another test. I don't know of any cheaper blacks that we could get that we could try. I just totally missed this whole side over here. I don't have enough paint to shimmy it back, so it'll dry flat. Let's see. Hard tilt. When I say hard tilt, it's straight up. She's barely moving, so that's where we'll leave it. Now, the other thing I've never tried is how to spin one out. I don't know if you get the same effect because you really have to stretch. The white is the Deco Art satin enamel in the jar. Can it be done in reverse with white with black? They do make a black satin enamel. I would use the Artist Loft white, though, to try it. But yeah, I love how even the gold, how it just kind of breaks apart a little bit. So it looks more 3D. Pretty cool. I'm digging that. Let me wipe my edges off here. Here we go. I think I'm going to torch it before I move it. You know, Julie, my original cloud pour recipe has glue in it. So I still get clouds, but I've never tried it with the thick base paint. So my recipe may work just as well as this one, but this is not Denny Joe's recipe. This is Patty Pluckett's recipe. You guys know Patty. She wanted me to try it on my channel, and I'm trying it. Brian has done 3 videos, I think, doing this. Yeah. So let me move this. We'll clean up our mess. The nice thing is with that too, you can always go back and touch up your sides because you don't have that white going over the side. Save your white. You can always add more Floetrol to it if it gets thick. That gold's been sitting here for several weeks. I've tried this weeks ago to see if it would work. I just didn't do a video on it. I'm always testing. Let's see. Let's do 2 small giveaways since it's Tiny Tuesday. I have a couple of coasters, hexagons. Let me wipe this up. Refresh if you haven't, if you're lagging. You want to win something. Now remember, you can only win once every 30 days. Keep that in mind. Prizes have not gone out yet, guys. My intentions were to have them all in the mail today, but we had a TJ emergency yesterday with guardianship, and today was life insurance issue, so I didn't get anything done again today. Oh my goodness, getting the tops on these. I need stronger bifocals. There they are. I have to put the cork on the back yet. That's a simple little thing, but they're all resined and ready to go. Let me grab some numbers. We'll do 2. Since I don't have a painting. There's that one. And there's that one. So we're going to do this one first. A number between 1 and 50. I'll pay the shipping on this one because it's very light. Are you ready, guys? On your mark, get set, go. Stop, I have a winner. Let me go back and make sure nobody had it before them. So my winning number was 8. And I think it's Brian, but let me double check. I don't see anybody before him, so Brian is my winner on that one. Congratulations, Brian. It's a pretty little coaster. It's pretty cool. That's from New Year's Eve when we made those. Alright, here's my next one. Kind of looks like a falcon. There's different ways you can turn this, but I do like it this way. Alright, guys. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go. I have a winner. You can stop. Right out the gate. Tammy Haga. Number 10. Congrats, Tammy. She was quick. Yep, that's Tammy. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap it up for the night. I hope you learned a little bit tonight. Especially with the consistency. Make sure you check it. If you're going to try that, make sure you check it. I'll show these dry next week. We'll see how the white reacts. If it behaved itself. And we'll go from there. Thank you so much for all of the super chats. I appreciate them very, very much. It's been a rough 6 months. So, just so you know, I don't mean to sound like I'm whining or anything, but my Amazon shop, I made $1 last month. So if you're shopping on Amazon, just click through my link and go shop. It doesn't cost you anything, but I can earn a little bit of money. And I have some good stuff in my Amazon shop. Thanks for coming. You're welcome, Kathy. My pleasure. You're welcome, Joy. But I got to get back to packing some more retreat stuff, and then I'm going to finish up the stuff that needs to go out. Hopefully my son will run to the post office for me tomorrow, since Mr. Allen is out of town until Thursday, and he's out of the office on Friday at a management seminar, so that's not going to be fun. But I love you all, and I'll see you guys next week. Okay? Bye now.